Hey Sandra, welcome back.
Hello, Asa.
So today we're going to be talking about how baby boomer business owners can future-proof, foolproof, and future-proof their legacy.
Say
Uh,
that 5 times
right,
fast.
right. I'm going to look up something and define legacy.
Legacy. What does legacy mean to you? Like legacy, I know that when we were talking before, legacy was like you said, I want to have my great grandchildren will see my face over the fireplace and know that it has changed the trajectory of my family.
That's how it
So everybody knows your name. Everybody is like, yes, they created this. So, oftentimes, with family members, you don't know anybody beyond your grandparents.
right.
And so you want to create something beyond so that they know with you, a Patterson, this Patterson, Asa Patterson did X. And a
So
lot of times that is land, business, creation of wealth for a family.
right. So Webster Dictionary defines legacy as something that is passed down or received from a predecessor or something that happened in the past. For example, a family might have a legacy of public service or a company might have a legacy of innovation. So it's just passing it down and being remembered.
Yep.
And, stats say that, like you just said, that's only going to be remembered for one generation.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. So we want to do that. And as we're talking about business owners who have really the blood, sweat, and tears of creating a business and really getting people in it, it breaks my heart to know that within a generation or two is no longer there. So that's one of the reasons why Premier 72 concentrates on it because we want to help you to create your legacy for your family.
So when it comes to future-proofing your legacy, the harsh truth is time is running out. It
Oh,
you need at least 3 to 5 years to properly plan a business exit. I can remember last year we were at a function and was talking to a gentleman who had a successful run in his business. I think it was like 11 years old or something like that. And he was like, he was older than us. And he was just talking about getting out of the business and everything. I told him then, I was like, you need to start planning now. He was like, well, I'm thinking about 3, 4, 5 years from now. I was like, exactly. And he was blown away. And that's why you need a professional and expert in your corner to help you see the gaps that are already there that will limit you, right? If he waits until the fifth year to try to sell his business, he doesn't have the cash flow things in place. He doesn't have automation tools in place. He doesn't have SOPs in place. So when he tries to sell, a buyer, what did you say a buyer wants?
they don't want a job, they want an asset.
Right,
Right.
right. And most of these baby boomer businesses that are selling or are for sale today, they are jobs. The reason why franchises are so successful is because it's an automated system. You buy a franchise, you plug a manager in place, and in McDonald's is the McDonald's format system. That system, you run the system runs the business. What happens if you're McDonald's? Go ahead. You want to say something?
I just wanted to add the reason why those businesses fail oftentimes is because oftentimes the owner is always there and only has everything that is supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen in their head. And so we've got to get those things on paper to create the procedure so that someone else coming and buying your business can operate that business without you being there. Of
Right.
course, we want it to be a smooth transition. You still want the lights to be on, but at the same time, if you can't go on vacation or take a weekend off, that is not a business. That is a job that you've created for yourself.
Right. And that's why we want to work with you to put the right preparation in place. First thing we do is we identify the weaknesses that could lower the valuation of the business. So what is
Mhm.
that? Let's talk about real estate. So real estate, what is lowering the value of the property? Does it need updating in the windows, cleaning new bathrooms and things like that?
Right.
So we
So
identify
is it cosmetic or is this a whole rehab, basically?
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So on the business, we identify the weaknesses that are lowering the valuation. Then we create a strategy that attracts real buyers, not tire kickers. And real buyers identify themselves because they come in and will review those things with you and they ask for certain documentation right out the bat. Then we
Hmm.
want to ensure that you don't leave money on the table. So that's one of the biggest challenges that current sellers are going through. They're leaving money on the table. That's why there are so many
Yes.
seminars right now teaching people how to buy businesses because the system and structure is not in place. You're going to say
And
something?
uh, and I wanted to just add, when you talk about leaving money on the table, if I have not planned for my retirement and I'm ready to go, I am walking away and selling to the first buyer that comes to buy this, because I don't know the valuation of my business. I don't know the value of this. Someone will come and give me a lowball offer, and because I'm ready to skip town, I'm going to take it. So that's leaving money on the table. So when we go through these steps with people, we let them know, based on where you are today, this is what the value of your business is. And if this isn't what you want, let's figure out what tools we need to put in place to get that value up. Is it giving doing your procedures so that you can have your everything there? Um, uh, Figuring out more marketing just to get more buyers in the door, just to create a heavier revenue stream that becomes sellable. So those are just some of the different things that we could do just to get that valuation up for you, so that when somebody comes, you already have the number in mind that you want. You've already proven it. I've improved my numbers. They're going up and not down because I stopped marketing, and we continue to go from there.
That's why it's so important not to wait too long to plan your exit. What Sandra's
Mhm.
talking about is it takes time. A strong exit strategy, 3 to 5 years. Because without a plan, your business may not sell at the level you want. That's what she's talking about. And your legacy and your wealth depends on strategic preparation.
Yep.
All right. So what next video we're going to talk more about, Sandra, we're going to talk about the biggest myth about selling a business.
The biggest myth. I can't wait.
All right. See you guys later.